it could be spitting out parts. So it's really, really important. If it's safe to turn it off here, this is the best place. Best place to turn it off. But first you need to get back and get yourself into a safe place. Usually when the blade breaks, it comes out this way. It comes out this way, but it could curve in and hit the table and come out that way. And that's right towards that stop switch. So make sure you don't get yourself in a dangerous place. Do we use a push stick on the bandsaw? Yeah, absolutely. Use a push stick any time that you need to apply pressure close to the blade. So we're going to do an outside curve, and we'll do an inside curve. We need to plan for both. We're going to do what's called relief cuts. We're going to relieve the pressure. And you have to know this. It says, plan your sawing procedure on the bandsaw. Planning is what saves you here. Plan it so that there will be a maximum forward feed with a minimum of backing out of cuts. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this with an inside curve and an outside curve. Can you turn on the vacuum, please? My push stick. On an outside curve, you can make straight cuts that will equal that arc. So I'm going to make another straight cut. Another straight cut. Straight cuts equal the arc. Okay. When I do the inside curve, now I've got to plan and do relief cuts. So with my pencil, there we go. My pencil, I'm going to plan relief cuts. I'm going to cut this arc into small pieces so that then when I start cutting here, these just drop off. Relief cuts, relieving the tension on the blade. We are backing up, but how much? How much are we backing up? Very little. When it comes time to back up a little further, I don't have to. I can actually cut across here to the other side. And I didn't quite make it. I missed it, so what can I do? I need to back up. Too far, so I always stop it. Instead of taking 5 minutes, it takes about 13 seconds to stop instead of 5 minutes. Now I can back out of that long cut. I didn't quite make it to the other relief cut. This would have dropped off if I made it all the way across. I didn't quite make it. So I'm going to try it again. Let the blade get up to full speed. Now, that piece drops off. Now my backing out is less than an inch. Now it's a little bit more. still not very much. Back out gently. On a tight curve, you're going to have to make more of these. It's okay. You can take it from this side again. Getting rid of the middle. Now I can make more of these relief cuts on a tight curve. That's what we need. Now I'm finally ready to make my real cut. I can relieve the cut at any time. I can get away, move away from the cut. Never putting a lot of pressure on the blade because it relieves itself. That one's getting a little tighter, so I don't have to get close to my line. Staying away. Now I can change over to this side. That one needs to be cut in half. If I try to go against that, the back of the blade is getting twisted. So I'm going to relieve this one. Cut it down smaller. Cut it down smaller. Now, relieve that. Make the final cut. I'll show you one last trick. It's called nibbling. You guys eat corn? You just bite into the whole thing? You nibble on it. It's nibbling with the blade. Let me show you. We're going to use the teeth to shave off. We can actually even do it straight on. Just nibble away at these parts sticking out. We're nibbling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, stop. Okay. Go ahead and turn off the vacuum, please. What about all this scrap here? Is it okay? Can I keep working on this piece with all the scrap there? Yeah, why not? Scrap's not in my way, not hurting anybody. As long as it's not in front of the blade, if it's in front of the blade, obviously it's going to get cut. As long as it's not in front of the blade, scrap can stay there all day. Don't worry about the scrap. Once the blade's at a dead stop, then we can clear the scrap off the table. Here's the most common mistake on the bandsaw though. People start clearing the scrap and they're watching the scrap try and push it off the table. Pretty soon, your hand right in front of the blade. So don't do that. Lay the piece of wood down. Use it. Push your pieces out. If you keep the wood laid down, you won't ever get your hand on the table. Push it off into the scrap bin. Stick goes away. How can we clean up all this? Sanders. Yeah. That's how we clean up the outside curve and the inside curve.